We're going to begin in a seated position. If you have a block or a bolster or a pillow, it's good to have that underneath so that your knees are lower than your hips. And you can come here into lotus or half lotus pose. Start relaxing your shoulders, bringing your hands to your knees, closing your eyes, and starting to observe your breath. As you're sitting like this, you feel that your spine is lengthening. You have a nice, straight, but neutral back. If you notice your shoulders are close to your ears, bring them and have them stay softly. Maybe you want to bring one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest, and just observe and see each time you inhale how your belly comes out. Each time you exhale, how you feel your navel going back to the back of your body. During this practice, I want you to try and focus on your breathing through each pose, your inhales and your exhalations. Feel that they're deep, long, rather than short and staggered. Maybe you can introduce your Ujjayi breathing here. So feeling that cool air through your throat, hearing that sound, that's like the sound of the sea. Open your eyes, bringing your hands again to your knees, and then starting to just do some neck rolls, bringing your head down and then to one side, and then back down to the other. Again, to one side and to the other. One more, to one side and then to the other. And start rolling your shoulders backwards. And then forwards. Raise up your right arm and bend it. Bring your left arm to hold your right elbow and pull it gently towards your left side to stretch your whole right side. Keeping your neck neutral, not down and not up, just in between your arms. Deep inhale, deep exhale, and release. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So lifting up your left arm, bending it, and then coming with your right hand to hold onto your left elbow, gently bringing it to the right side. And just having a nice, easy stretch on your left side. Good. Bringing your arms up and start in circular motion, just moving your wrists all the way down. And to the front. Here you'll have one hand goes down and then the other. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One goes down and then the other. Again, inhale, exhale, both of them. Inhale, exhale. Excellent, then bring them down. And then one more time, we're gonna lift up our arms and then bring our left hand to our right knee and our right arm behind us in a simple twist. Looking over our right shoulder. And release, bringing your arms back up. Inhale and then exhale, right arm to left knee and then left arm behind, looking over your left shoulder. Really stretching out your spine. And then release. If you have a block underneath you, now you can take it away and then we'll come into all fours. You want to make sure you have a neutral back right now, that your hands are shoulder width apart, your knees hip width apart. And we'll come into our cat-cows. Inhaling. Bring your tailbone up to the sky, exhaling and making an arch in our back. Looking at our navel. Inhaling. Looking up, maybe up to our nose, and then exhaling, coming back down. One more time, inhaling, and then exhaling. Today we're going to do a lot of hip openers, so we're going to get our hips ready. So first we'll come into a balancing table, lifting up our right leg and our left arm at the same time. Inhale, bring them in a nice straight line. And then exhale, bend your left arm and your right knee and bring them to your sides. So it should look like this. When you're here, you bring them to your sides. Hold. Exhale, come down. Good, so we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So lifting up right arm, left leg. Exhale, coming with our right arm to the side and our left leg as well. Good. Inhale, coming back. We'll try that one more time on each side. So inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale, coming to the side. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, bend your right leg and find it with your left arm. Stay here for 3, 2, 1. Release. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, lifting up, left leg, right arm. Making sure that leg's not high up, but it's the same height as our tailbone. And then exhale, coming to the side. Inhale, coming back up. And then exhale, bending our left leg and meeting it with our right arm. Now you can lift your left leg up just a little bit to stretch your thighs. And release. Good. Inhale once, and then exhale, bring your knees to the outer parts of your mat and come into an extended child's pose here. For 4 deep breaths, here you can do Ujjayi breathing if you would like. Sing for 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, come into tabletop. Tuck in your toes, and on an exhale, come into your first downward dog. Here you can pedal your legs a little bit. Stay on one leg, stretch it out, stretch out the calves, the hamstring. On the other leg. And then here, remember, in downward dog, the important thing isn't to have the heels all the way down. The important part is to have a nice straight back, tailbone all the way up, and head down heavy, even looking at your navel, okay? So if you need to bend your knees here, totally fine. The important part is lengthening your spine. Stay here for 4 more breaths. Keep your shoulders relaxed away from your ears. Each time you feel your spine lengthening a bit more, your tailbone higher up. On your next inhale, look forward and slowly make your way to the front of the mat. We'll come into a ragdoll, so holding your opposite elbows and just kind of hanging out here for a little bit. Maybe you want to sway from side to side. And then inhale once, exhale and drop your hands all the way down low into Uttanasana. You may have gentle bent knees if you need to. Don't force them. And with each exhale, trying to get your head even lower and closer to your knees. As you inhale, you slowly come up vertebra by vertebra. Your head being the last to lift. And then exhale again, the same way, coming down, vertebra by vertebra. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. And then from here, one inhale coming all the way up into mountain pose. Arms up over your head, palms together, and come into Samasthiti. I want you here to set an intention for your practice today. Maybe your own mantra that you can think of while you do your practice. Something that you can always reflect back to, not just during this hour, but maybe for the rest of the day. Whatever calls you today, I want you to keep that in mind. Come back to it every once in a while. From here, we're going to inhale, bringing our left leg back. And then the sole of our foot is still on the floor. Our right leg, not our left leg, our right leg. And then our left leg is bent in a 90-degree angle. The knee is facing forward and our hips are also facing forward. Inhale, lifting up our arms into warrior one. And then exhale, coming into cactus hands here. Trying not to force our back, so don't overbend it, okay? Wherever you are today, listen to your body. Exhale, come back straight up. Take one more deep inhale. Deepen your pose just a little bit more, coming closer to the ground. And then exhale, bring your right arm to the back, moving your hips now to the side, and then just kind of pivoting your back foot just a little bit, all right? Here we're gonna come into our warrior two, so first make sure our legs are placed correctly. Our knee isn't coming inward, but it's still straight this way. Our hips are now this way, facing the camera. Inhale, exhale, coming into a deeper pose, and then bringing our arms up into our warrior two. Our shoulders are soft, our arms are straight. Now we start looking towards our left hand. Good. Exhale. And come into a 5-pointed star over here. Just stretching out all of our limbs. Staying here for 2 deep breaths. Then coming with our right leg. Now our right leg is facing the back wall. And then bending, right? So now our left leg is nice and straight. And we'll do our warrior two on this side as well. We haven't forgotten about it. And just really feel like you're opening up your hips, your inner thighs here. Maybe each time just deepening a little bit more into this posture. Coming closer and closer to the ground, but not overbending your knees. If you're overbending, you need to widen your legs a little bit more. Exhale, come back, and now our left foot is going to face this way again. We'll come into the warrior one on this side now. So warrior one with our left leg, lifting up our arms. Inhale. Exhale into cactus. And then bringing our left arm on our left thigh and our right arm up. And staying right here for a moment. And then maybe we want to reach our right arm towards that wall. And then maybe, if you're comfortable here, you want to bring your left hand on the outside of your left leg for an extended side angle. And then look at your arm that's extended. Good. Bringing that right arm to your back, to your lower back. Bringing your left arm up and then slowly lifting yourself. We're going to stay over here and we'll come in a goddess pose. So inhale once and then exhale, bending your legs. Your ankles are on the inside, your toes are facing outwards. Your legs are also facing outwards, not inwards. Your torso is just kind of neutral here. Your tailbone's not sticking out. Just nice and neutral. And then maybe here you want to either bring your hands together to your chest or open up into cactus arms. Good. And then come back. Good. We'll come with our right leg forward, facing the other way, and then bending that leg. And then we'll bring our right arm on our right thigh and lift up our left arm. And then our left arm is slowly going to make its way to the back of the room. You see how I have a nice straight line between my arm and my side, my left side, and my leg. We want to keep it that way. Here, if you feel comfortable, you can bring your right hand to the outer side of your right foot, or just keep it on your thigh, whatever is easier. And then when you're ready, bring your left hand on your lower back, and then slowly make your way back up. Now, we're going to come into the wide-legged pose here. If you have a block or a book or something, great. It's great to have it because you can put it right in front of you, okay? And first, bring your hands to your hips. Make sure your legs are really spread out, very wide. Ankles more inward, again, toes more, well, yeah, toes a little bit more outward. Bring your hands in, inhale, and then exhale, imagining that there's like something holding on to your lower part, to your pelvis here. You want to come all the way down. And then you want to bring your hands to the floor. Here, if you have a block, you could try and rest your forehead on the block. If you want to try it a little bit deeper, you could put the block this way, kind of like horizontal, and bringing your forehead lower. Keep playing around. Maybe you can bring your forehead even lower here. And then when you're ready, if you're ready, you don't need a block. You can try and bring your forehead to touch the floor. Bring more weight to the front. All right? Not letting your buttocks keep all that weight, but rather coming closer to the front. Okay? Or you can just stay here. This is completely fine too. So stay here for one more inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then slowly lift your way into just a little flat back here. And then start bringing your legs a little bit closer together. Bringing your hands back on your hips. Coming back up. Legs together. And in Samastiti. Make sure this is still going on. Good. Okay. So we're back to the front of our mat. We're gonna inhale, bringing our right leg back. And then now the heel is off the mat. We'll come into a crescent lunge. Our left leg is bent in a nice 90-degree angle here. Okay. So heels off. And then we inhale, bring up our arms. This crescent lunge here. Inhale, bringing up our leg just a little bit. And then exhale, coming lower. Inhale, coming up again. Exhale, coming lower. Inhale. One more. Exhale, and the lowest you can get right over here. Maybe if you can't do this, if it really hurts, you can always come on your knees in kind of an equestrian pose. All right? But if you can, stay in this crescent lunge here. Good. Exhale. Come to the 5-pointed star. And then we'll switch sides. So now our right foot is in front. It's facing this way. And our back foot, our left foot has the heel up. We bend our right leg. And then lift up our arms. Shoulders relax through these poses. And then if we can, bend our back a little bit more just to open up our chest. Do so. If not, you can stay in a nice straight back. Inhale, bringing up our leg just a little bit, our front leg. Exhale, coming deeper. Inhale, coming up again. Exhale, getting deeper. One more inhale, coming up again. Exhale, getting deeper. And then here, again, if you want, you can stay in the crescent lunge, and if not, you can come in this equestrian pose. Okay, whatever feels more comfortable to you. Good, and come back to the middle. Excellent, come back down here. Now, we'll come on our right, with our right knee down, okay? And we'll bring our our right hand down, and our left hand up as we look over our left hand to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, bring your hand down. We're going to get ready for our lizard. For our lizard, if you have a block, then again, that's great. For that, you're going to have your right foot coming a little bit more on closer to the edge of the mat. And both your hands are going to come on the inside. Okay? Now here, if you have a block or two, that would be great because you can come lower on them, all right, as you bend this right foot. So, if you have a lot of mobility here, you can always come on your forearms on your own, keeping that back leg nice and aligned as well. If you have the block, you can use that block even just to hold it like this. That's fine. The important thing is to really stretch those hips here. And then just stay in this pose for about 3 deep breaths. Wherever you are, if it's on your forearms or on your hands. And then just stay here. 2, 1. And then slowly bring your hands back if you are on your forearms. And then very, very slow movements here because this area is very fragile. You're going to bring your your left leg back in the middle, your hands to the sides now, and we'll come into a half split or half monkey where our front leg is nice and straight with our foot activated, toes pointing up. Inhale, and then exhale, walking your hands back to this like kind of low lunge. And then inhale, and then exhale, coming back. Good. And then from here, we'll tuck in our back toe, inhale, and lift up the left leg. Exhale, and bring it all the way into half pigeon. Okay, so here usually, I can't quite do it, but we kind of want to have this front leg kind of horizontal, right? But that's depending on each person's flexibility. Maybe you want to have a block right underneath your left butt cheek. That could help. We're going to just stay here for a moment. You can either stay like this, and then slowly start walking our hands to the edges of the mat. Inhale once, and then exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. One more inhale, come up. Good. Bring your hands back to the sides, tuck in your back toe. And then slowly make your way into downward facing dog. And then just stay here for a moment. Good. Coming into child's pose. Good. Slowly making your way back up. Bringing up your feet and then slowly walking to the front of the mat. Then coming up, again, vertebrae by vertebrae. So you come to Samasthiti. Bring your right foot back. Now we'll do it on the other side, but facing this way, okay? So, from here, with our right leg out, we're gonna bend it, all right? Then we're gonna come on our knees, and then we'll bring our left hand down and raise our right arm, looking up over our right fingers. And then coming down, we'll do lizard on this side. So bringing that right foot to the outer edge of the mat and bringing your hands inward. And again, if you want to block here so that you can put your hands on it, that's fine. And then just adjusting your back leg so it's in a nice straight line. And then from here, if you want to come into your forearms, that's fine. Your elbows should be at the same line as your heels. You want to feel a deep stretch in your inner thigh on your right side, but you don't want it to be painful. If it is, come back to your hands. Stay here for 2 more breaths. Good. Inhale, come up. Slowly bring your right foot in between your hands. And then we'll come into our half squat here. So gently walking our hands towards the back and then straightening out our right leg with our toes pointing up. And then as we exhale, we walk our hands to the front again, bending that leg. Inhale. And then exhale. If this ever gets very hard on your knees, you can always fold your yoga mat to have more cushioning. 1 more. And then bringing your hands again on the outside of your foot. So one hand on one side, one hand on the other. Tucking in your back toe. Inhaling, we're lifting up our right leg. Exhaling, coming into a half pigeon on this side. Again, move into it so you can feel like you're lower and lower to the floor. And then start bringing your hands on the outer corners of your mat. And then inhale once, exhale coming down. Inhale coming up. Lengthening that spine at the same time. Exhale coming down. 1 more time. Inhale coming up. Looking forward. Bringing your hands back, tucking in your back toe, lifting up as you inhale your right leg, and then go back down to Adho Mukha, to downward dog. Good. Here we're going to come down on our knees. And if you want to change back directions, we changed just to do a different side, but if you want to feel like where you were before, to the front of your mat, and come into downward dog here. Good. Now, from here, we're gonna come into it's called Malasana, or kind of like a half squat. Sometimes this can be hard for your knees. This is a very natural pose for the human body. It's very good for the digestion, but it's true because we sit on chairs all day long typing, this might really hurt us. So if that's the case, you can always you roll up your mat a little bit, and then you bring your heels on the rolled up part of your mat. Okay, your feet are again hip width apart, but your knees are coming out. Okay, bring your palms together to your chest and start spreading out your knees a little bit more, but gently with your elbows. Right? So if you do need a pillow or a blanket or whatever to put underneath your heels, because your heels might not touch the floor all the way, that's fine. All right, whatever you need to do for your feet. And stay here for 2 more breaths. If it's really hard for you, you can always do a seated one. So just sitting down on your bottom and just keeping your legs like this. That's fine too. And then from here, we'll bring down our right arm straight in front of us, and then we'll lift up our left arm and look towards the sky. We feel our inner thigh, our right inner thigh, opening up even wider. We exhale and come back into Madasana. On your next exhale, bringing your left arm down in front. But again, so elbow or tricep is still on the inner part of your knee. And then inhale, lift up your right arm, opening up that left knee even more with your left arm straightened out there. And then looking up to your right fingers. Feeling that stretch, real deep stretch. And then exhale, come down. Good. Come on your bottom, just in a quick bound angle, bringing the soles of your feet to touch each other. Here, maybe you want to have, again, if you have blocks or something, right underneath, just so that your knees are touching something, because it's, for most of us, it's hard to have our knees close to the floor. Our hips might not be opened enough. And then just stay here with your palms touching to your chest. Still keeping that spine nice and straight. We have the tendency of hunching over most of the time when we're sitting down. Here, we're just going to inhale, trying to keep our back just a little bit straighter. Good. And release. We're going to just do a couple of back bends here we haven't forgotten about our lower back. So coming down in kind of like a half chaturanga, squeezing our elbows inside together, coming on our triceps all the way down, and then straightening out our legs behind us. We'll come into a Sphinx pose. So having your elbows on the same line as your shoulders. And then your fingers facing forward, spread out. Your legs are activated. They don't need to be together. They're separated a little bit. Inhale, exhale, and just stay in this pose. Really appreciate it because it's a very easy back bend. But it really helps out after sitting on a chair all day long. Remember during this time to just come back to your intention that maybe you set yourself at the beginning of class, and just kind of make sure you're following it through each one of your poses. You're not stressing about your pose being perfect. And then exhale, slowly come into a puppy pose. So your tailbone kind of over your knees, And then slowly coming down with your arms forward. Maybe your chest touches the mat. Maybe your forehead touches the mat. Maybe nothing. And then maybe you want to put a block so that it's easier for your forehead to touch the mat. But just feel a nice stretch in your spine, even deeper than the downward dog. Two more deep breaths. Inhale, coming into a tabletop, crossing your legs behind you, and then coming into a seated position. We'll come for our spinal twists here. So now we're going to do kind of like a reverse pigeon or an eye of the needle. We'll come down and bring our right ankle to lay on our left knee. And we're making a triangle. If you see it this way, we're making a triangle shape in between our legs. The sole of our foot, the sole of our left foot is not touching the mat. It came up a little bit. And we bring our right arm in the triangle, so threading that needle like that. And then meeting it with our left hand and holding on to our left knee or shin. And then trying to bring that left leg a little bit closer to your face. You feel a nice deep stretch in your right hamstring. And change sides. So now your left leg comes over, or your left ankle comes over your right knee. Again, you create that triangle and the left arm goes in the triangle to meet the right arm. The sole of your right foot is off the mat and each time closer to your face. And now we feel a deep stretch in our left hamstring. Don't overdo it. You can just hang out here. You don't need to keep bringing it closer and closer to your chest. It's whatever your body needs. Because our hamstrings can get really, really tight if we don't warm them up enough. Then from here, we're gonna bring our left leg completely over our right. So like we're sitting crisscross, or like one leg over the other. And then coming with both legs to our right side. And then we just bring our left arm up over our head, kind of like this, and we look at it. Okay, so we have our gaze towards our left side. So we feel a stretch on our left side here. And then we'll try the other way too. Okay, so bringing our right leg over our left and coming to our left side. And then lifting up our right arm and looking over our right side. And then coming back. We'll do a reclined bound angle. So just like before we had the soles of our feet touching, we're going to do the same thing, but now just reclining. And here, bring your Right hand on your chest, your left hand on your belly. And start focusing on your breath in relation to your belly. So feel as if your chest really isn't moving too much here, only your belly kind of coming out like a balloon and then back in. So inhaling, feeling your left arm really moving, coming up, and then as you're exhaling, feeling your left arm or your left hand really coming deep into your body. Close your eyes here. Focus on your breath. Then bring your legs back together, your knees together. Bring them in for a little hug. And maybe kind of just moving them a little bit from side to side to massage your lower back. Bringing your forehead to your knees for one last final hug. Inhale, exhale, and relax. We're going to stay in a very short savasana, so you don't really need any layers here. We'll be here for a minute. And in this minute, I just want you to come back to your mantra or your intention. Focus on it and listen to your own breathing. Avoid all other thoughts if you can. Whenever they come, just try to kind of take them away, with your imaginary hand taking them away. And relax all parts of your body. Let them melt into the floor. Ten deep breaths. Start waking up your body again, wiggling your toes, moving around your ankles, wiggling your fingers, moving around your wrists, bending one leg then the other. Bring them to your chest for one little hug, and then coming to your right side or left side, whatever you want. And then slowly, if you're on your right side, then bring your left hand to your face, and then use that to slowly lift yourself back up. So we'll do one little breathing here. Let me see, perfect. If you have a block, again, or a pillow, it'd be great to have that right now underneath as we sit crisscross here. And maybe a lotus or half lotus, or maybe just whatever feels comfortable. We're going to do an alternate nostril breathing here, clearing out our pathways, our channels. And I guess an easy way to do it is to bring out your right hand and kind of have your fingers, your index and your middle, in like a peace sign. And then put those two fingers on your forehead, and then you're left with your three other fingers, right? With your thumb, ring, and pinky. So you're going to cover your right nostril with your thumb, And then inhale deeply once. You're gonna hold in that breath and cover your left nostril with your ring and pinky. And then uncover your right nostril with your thumb as you exhale. Now you inhale with your right nostril. Cover it with your thumb. And then uncover your left nostril. And exhale. Again, inhale on your left side. Cover your left nostril. Uncover your right and exhale. Close your eyes for these last couple of ones. Do them at your own pace. Bringing your palms together to your chest. Maybe to your third eye, your eye of intuition. And then bowing down. Namaste. So thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Again, with all these poses, there are a lot of variations depending on how your body is feeling in the moment. If you've had any knee injuries or shoulder or hip injuries or anything like that. And it's always good to have some kind of a pillow or block or a book the size of this to kind of help you out in these deeper poses.